I'm 92. I need to tell you something before time gently taps me on the shoulder again. If you're listening to this, it means you're still breathing, still here, still given another sunrise to work with. And that alone makes you richer than you think. I've lived long enough to see the world change its clothes many times, to watch worries that once felt like mountains turn into small stones I barely remember stepping over. So sit with me for a moment. Let me talk to you the way I would to someone I love. At 92, people expect me to talk about regrets. But here's the truth. Most of what people regret isn't what they did. It's what they stopped doing because they thought it was too late. Too late to move, too late to care, too late to change habits, too late to smile at life again. I'm here to tell you that too late is mostly a story we tell ourselves when we're tired or afraid. Your body may move slower now, but it's still listening to you. Your mind may wander, but it still believes what you tell it. Let me start with something simple, something that kept me standing when many of my friends faded faster than they needed to. How you treat your body every single day. I'm not talking about strict rules or chasing youth. I'm talking about respect. Food is not just fuel, it's a conversation with your future self. When I began choosing food that looked closer to the earth, vegetables with color, fruits with life, simple grains, clean proteins, I noticed something quiet but powerful. I woke up with less heaviness. My digestion thanked me. My energy stopped crashing in the afternoon. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. A plate filled with color most days does more for your years than any miracle pill ever will. And drink your water. I know it sounds boring, but dehydration steals clarity, energy, and patience, especially as we age. A glass of water in the morning is like telling your body, I'm still on your side. Eating slowly, enjoying your meals, stopping before you're uncomfortably full. These are small acts of wisdom that add up over time. Food should make you feel alive afterward, not ready for a nap you didn't plan. Now let me tell you something about movement. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. I'm talking about reminding your body that it was designed to move. Light exercise saved me in ways doctors never could. A daily walk, even a short one, kept my joints talking to each other. Gentle stretching in the morning told my muscles not to give up on me yet. Chair exercises, slow balance practice, lifting light objects with intention. These things kept my independence longer than luck ever could. Movement is not punishment for aging. It's a celebration that you're still here. When you move, blood flows, the brain lights up, and your mood shifts. Some days you'll feel strong. Some days you'll feel stiff. Show up anyway, even 5 minutes counts, especially 5 minutes. The body listens when you whisper, not just when you shout. But health is more than food and movement. It's how you live between the hours. It's the habits you repeat without thinking. Going to bed at a regular time taught my body when to rest and when to rise. Opening the curtains in the morning reminded me that light still existed, even on hard days. Keeping my home simple and safe reduced stress I didn't even realize I was carrying. And staying connected, calling someone, waving to a neighbor, sharing a laugh, kept my spirit from shrinking. Loneliness ages people faster than time ever could. You don't need a crowd. You need one or two souls who know your voice. And if you don't have them yet, be brave enough to create small connections. A conversation at the market, a smile at the park. These moments matter more than you think. Now listen closely, because this may be the most important thing I tell you. Your mindset is not a side detail of aging. It is the steering wheel. I've seen people younger than me give up simply because they decided their best days were behind them. I've also seen people older than me glow because they chose curiosity over fear. Every morning I ask myself one simple question: what can I appreciate today? Some days it's big, like a family visit. Some days it's small, like warm tea or a pain-free hour. Gratitude doesn't deny difficulty. It gives you strength to carry it. Speak kindly to yourself. Your body hears every word. When you say, "I'm too old for this," your body believes you. When you say, "I'll do what I can today," your body leans forward instead of collapsing inward. Aging is not a failure. It is proof that you survived, learned, and adapted. That deserves respect, especially from yourself. And before I go, let me say this: life does not ask you to be young again. It asks you to be present. Take care of your body with simple, honest food. Move it gently but regularly. Build habits that calm your nervous system instead of rushing it. Protect your mindset like it's a precious heirloom, because it is. You are not done. As long as you are breathing, you are still becoming. It is never truly too late to care for your body, your habits, or your mindset, and this is one of the quiet truths that only time itself can teach. People often believe that age closes doors, that once enough years have passed, change becomes unrealistic or even pointless. But the body and mind do not work on a calendar the way we think they do. They respond to attention, intention, and repetition. The moment you decide to care again, something inside you shifts. Muscles may be weaker than before, but they still respond to movement. The heart may have weathered decades of stress, but it still beats with remarkable willingness. The brain, even after many years, remains capable of learning, adapting, and forming new patterns when it is gently encouraged. Many people stop trying not because they cannot improve, but because they assume improvement is no longer allowed for them. This belief is far more damaging than any physical limitation. When someone tells themselves they are too old to eat better, move a little more, or think differently, the body listens and slowly complies with that expectation. But when the story changes, even slightly, the outcome begins to change as well. Choosing one healthier meal, taking one short walk, or replacing one harsh self-judgment with a kinder thought may seem insignificant, yet these small acts accumulate quietly over time. They send a message of self-respect that the body understands and responds to. Caring for yourself later in life is not about reversing the past or competing with younger versions of who you once were. It is about honoring the life that carried you this far. Every year you have lived has taught your body something about survival, balance, and resilience. When you care for it now, you are working with that wisdom, not against it. Even modest changes can reduce pain, increase energy, and restore a sense of control that many people believe they have lost. Progress at this stage may look slower, but it is often deeper and more meaningful. The idea that it is too late often comes from fear, not reality. Fear of disappointment, fear of failing, fear of realizing that change was possible all along. Letting go of that fear allows space for compassion toward yourself. You begin to understand that caring is not a demand, but an offering. You do what you can with what you have, and that is always enough. The body does not ask for perfection, and the mind does not require grand transformations. They ask for consistency, patience, and belief. When you accept that it is never too late, life opens in subtle but powerful ways. You start to feel less like someone waiting for decline and more like someone actively participating in their own well-being. Each caring choice becomes a quiet declaration that your life still matters, that your comfort, dignity, and joy are still worth protecting, and that as long as you are here, growth remains possible. A simple, Consistent healthy diet becomes increasingly important as the years pass, not because the body becomes fragile, but because it becomes more honest in how it responds to what it is given. Food no longer hides its effects the way it once did. What you eat now speaks more clearly to your energy levels, your digestion, your mood, and even the quality of your sleep. A diet built around natural, colorful foods is not about restriction or rigid rules, but about nourishment and respect. When meals include vegetables with deep greens, oranges and reds, fruits that are fresh and alive, whole grains that digest slowly, and clean sources of protein, the body receives information it knows how to use. Consistency matters far more than perfection. One balanced meal repeated often does more good than a strict plan followed briefly and then abandoned. The body thrives on rhythm. Eating at regular times helps stabilize blood sugar and supports digestion. Slowing down during meals allows hunger and fullness signals to be heard again, preventing overeating and discomfort. As people age, digestion benefits greatly from simplicity. Fewer processed foods mean less strain on the gut, less inflammation, and more stable energy throughout the day. What feels like a small adjustment often results in noticeable improvements within weeks. Hydration is a silent partner in nutrition that is often overlooked. Even mild dehydration can cause fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and irritability, especially in older adults. Drinking water regularly supports circulation, joint health, kidney function, and mental clarity. Warm beverages, soups and water, rich foods like fruits and vegetables can all contribute to daily hydration, making it easier to stay consistent without feeling overwhelmed. Healthy eating in later life is not about denying pleasure. In fact, it often brings food back to its rightful place as something enjoyable and comforting rather than confusing or guilt-filled. Simple flavors become more satisfying when the body is properly nourished. Eating slowly, chewing well, and appreciating meals can turn nourishment into a calming ritual rather than a rushed necessity. This mindful approach also strengthens the connection between body and awareness, helping people notice how different foods make them feel afterward. Over time, a gentle, balanced diet supports immune function, maintains muscle mass, protects bone health, and reduces the risk of many chronic conditions. More importantly, it gives the body what it needs to participate fully in daily life. Energy becomes steadier, discomfort decreases, and confidence grows. Choosing nourishing foods most days is a quiet way of saying that you're well. Being still matters, that your body deserves care at every stage of life, and that health can continue to be supported through thoughtful, everyday choices. Proper hydration and mindful eating may seem like small, almost forgettable details, yet they play a powerful role in how the body and mind function, especially as we grow older. As the years pass, the natural sense of thirst often becomes less reliable, which means the body can become dehydrated without sending clear signals. This quiet lack of water affects nearly every system. Energy drops, concentration weakens, joints feel stiffer, and even emotions can feel heavier. Drinking water regularly throughout the day supports circulation, digestion, and temperature regulation, helping the body operate with greater ease and comfort. Hydration is not only about drinking large amounts at once, but about creating a steady habit. A glass of water in the morning helps wake up the body after hours of rest. Sipping water between meals keeps the system balanced without overwhelming digestion. Warm beverages can be especially soothing, supporting digestion and relaxation. Foods rich in water, such as fruits, vegetables, and soups, also contribute meaningfully, making hydration feel natural rather than forced. When the body is well hydrated, it works more efficiently, and many aches and sensations that are often blamed on age become easier to manage. Mindful eating works hand in hand with hydration. Eating slowly allows the digestive system to prepare and respond properly. It gives the brain time to recognize fullness, reducing discomfort and unnecessary strain on the body. As people age, digestion benefits greatly from calm and attention. Rushed meals, distractions, and eating out of habit rather than hunger can lead to bloating, fatigue, and unease. Simply pausing, chewing thoroughly, and noticing flavors can transform meals into moments of care rather than obligation. Stopping before feeling overly full is another form of kindness toward the body. Heavy meals demand more energy to digest, often leading to sluggishness and disrupted sleep. Lighter, balanced portions support steady energy and comfort throughout the day. This does not mean eating less joyfully, but eating with awareness and intention. Listening to the body's signals becomes easier when meals are approached with patience and respect. Together, hydration and mindful eating create a foundation for better health that requires no special equipment or drastic changes. They gently support mental clarity, physical comfort, and emotional balance. Over time, these simple practices build resilience and ease, reinforcing the understanding that caring for the body is not about complexity, but about paying attention and responding with kindness to what the body truly needs. Regular movement plays a vital role in preserving independence, mobility, and mental sharpness as the body ages, even though it is often underestimated or avoided out of fear. Many people believe exercise must be intense to be effective, but the aging body responds best to gentle, consistent activity that respects its limits while still encouraging strength and coordination. Movement keeps the joints lubricated, supports circulation, and helps muscles maintain their function, which in turn makes everyday tasks easier and safer. Without regular movement, stiffness increases, balance weakens, and confidence in the body slowly fades. Simple activities such as walking, stretching, or gentle chair exercises remind the body that it is still meant to move. A short daily walk improves heart health, supports digestion, and lifts mood through natural chemical responses in the brain. Stretching helps maintain flexibility and reduces discomfort, particularly in the back, hips, and shoulders. Balance exercises, even when done near a wall or chair for support, train the body to respond more quickly, reducing the risk of falls. These small actions quietly protect independence by strengthening the muscles and systems that allow a person to care for themselves. Regular movement also supports brain health in powerful ways. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, which helps maintain memory, focus, and emotional stability. Many older adults notice that even light exercise improves sleep quality and reduces feelings of anxiety or low mood. Movement provides a sense of accomplishment and control, reinforcing the belief that the body is still capable rather than fragile. This shift in mindset often encourages further healthy behaviors, creating a positive cycle. Consistency matters more than duration or intensity. 5 or 10 minutes done daily can be more beneficial than a long session done occasionally. The body adapts to what it experiences regularly, and gentle repetition builds strength and confidence without strain. Listening to the body is essential, resting when needed, and adjusting movements to remain safe and comfortable. There is no need to push through pain or compare oneself to others. Over time, regular exercise supports posture, breathing, and coordination, helping people move through their day with greater ease. It reinforces the connection between body and mind, reminding both that they are still working together. Movement becomes less about exercise and more about staying engaged with life itself, allowing older adults to continue participating in daily activities with dignity, stability, and a sense of ongoing capability. Lifestyle habits shape daily well-being in ways that often go unnoticed until they are neglected, especially in later life when the body becomes more sensitive to routine and environment. Simple patterns such as going to bed and waking up at consistent times help regulate the internal clock, allowing the body to rest more deeply and recover more efficiently. Quality sleep supports memory, mood, immune function, and physical repair, and without it, even small challenges can feel overwhelming. Creating a calming evening routine, reducing bright lights, and limiting late night stimulation can gently signal to the body that it is time to rest. Exposure to natural light during the day is another powerful yet overlooked habit. Morning light helps regulate sleep cycles, improves alertness, and supports emotional balance. Opening curtains, sitting near a window, or spending a short time outdoors can make a noticeable difference in energy and mood. Light tells the body when to be awake and when to prepare for rest, helping reduce daytime fatigue and nighttime restlessness. This connection to natural rhythms becomes increasingly important with age. A safe, uncluttered, and calm living space also plays a significant role in reducing stress. When the home environment is simple and well organized, the mind feels less overwhelmed and the body moves more confidently. Clear walking paths, adequate lighting, and comfortable seating reduce the risk of accidents and make daily activities feel easier. A peaceful space supports relaxation and fosters a sense of control and dignity, which are essential for emotional well-being. Daily routines provide structure and reassurance. Small habits such as regular meal times, gentle morning movement, or quiet moments of reflection create predictability that soothes the nervous system. This sense of rhythm reduces anxiety and helps conserve energy. Even simple pleasures like enjoying tea in the morning or listening to calming music in the evening can become anchors in the day, offering comfort and stability. Together, these lifestyle habits quietly protect both physical and emotional health. They reduce unnecessary strain on the body and mind, making it easier to handle challenges as they arise. Over time, consistent routines, healthy sleep, natural light, and a supportive living environment work together to create a foundation of ease and balance, allowing older adults to feel more secure, rested, and capable in their daily lives. Social connection is not a luxury in later life. It is a necessity that quietly sustains both emotional and physical health. As people age, social circles often shrink due to retirement, loss, mobility changes, or health challenges. When these connections fade, loneliness can settle in slowly, sometimes unnoticed, yet its effects are powerful. Loneliness increases stress hormones, weakens the immune system, and can accelerate cognitive decline. It does not simply affect mood, it affects the entire body. Humans are wired for connection at every age, and that need does not disappear with time. Meaningful connection does not require constant interaction or large groups. What matters most is feeling seen, heard, and valued by another person. A regular phone call, a shared meal, a familiar voice, or even a brief conversation can remind someone that they still belong to the world around them. These small interactions provide emotional nourishment, offering reassurance and grounding during daily life. For older adults, maintaining even one or two consistent relationships can significantly improve overall well-being. Social engagement also supports mental sharpness. Conversation stimulates memory, attention, and language skills in ways that solitary activities cannot fully replace. Sharing stories, opinions, or laughter exercises the brain and keeps it flexible. When people interact, they are challenged to listen, respond, and adapt, all of which help preserve cognitive function. This mental stimulation can be as important as physical exercise in maintaining long-term brain health. Connection encourages movement and routine as well. Having a reason to meet someone, attend a gathering, or step outside creates motivation to stay active and engaged. Even small social commitments add structure to the day, reducing feelings of aimlessness or withdrawal. Emotional bonds often inspire healthier habits, as people are more likely to care for themselves when they feel connected to others. For those who feel isolated, building connection can begin gently. A smile exchanged with a neighbor, a short chat at a store, or participation in a community activity can open doors without pressure. Technology, when used simply, can also bridge distance, allowing relationships to continue even when physical travel is difficult. The goal is not to fill every moment, but to create moments that matter. Social connection affirms identity and purpose. It reminds older adults that their experiences, thoughts, and presence still hold value. Feeling connected reduces fear, softens grief, and strengthens resilience. Over time, these bonds act as a protective force, slowing the emotional and physical effects of aging and reinforcing the truth that no one is meant to age alone. Mindset quietly shapes the way the body experiences aging, influencing health, resilience, and overall quality of life more deeply than many people realize. The thoughts repeated each day become expectations, and expectations often become reality. When aging is viewed only as decline, the body tends to follow that narrative with reduced energy, motivation, and engagement. But when the mind is trained to focus on possibility, gratitude, and self-respect, the body responds with greater cooperation and strength. This connection between thought and physical experience becomes especially powerful in later years. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most effective tools for supporting a healthy mindset. Noticing small positives, such as a comfortable moment, a pleasant memory, or a kind interaction, shifts attention away from loss and toward presence. This does not ignore difficulty or pain, but it balances it. Gratitude calms the nervous system, reduces stress, and supports emotional stability. Over time, this practice helps the mind become less reactive and more accepting, creating a sense of peace that supports physical well-being. The way a person speaks to themselves also matters deeply. Harsh self-talk, such as labeling oneself as weak, old, or incapable, can erode confidence and increase stress. The body hears these messages and often responds with tension or withdrawal. Replacing criticism with gentle encouragement fosters trust between the mind and body. Phrases like acknowledging effort, accepting limitations without judgment, and celebrating small successes build emotional resilience and reinforce the belief that self-care is still worthwhile. A positive mindset does not mean forcing happiness or denying reality. It means choosing curiosity over fear and flexibility over rigidity. Being open to learning, trying new routines, or adapting to change keeps the mind engaged and active. This openness supports brain health and emotional adaptability, both of which are essential for aging well. When challenges arise, a balanced mindset helps people respond rather than retreat. Hope also plays a crucial role. Looking forward to something, no matter how small, gives the mind a reason to stay engaged. Whether it is a conversation, a walk, or a quiet moment of enjoyment, anticipation fuels motivation and emotional strength. Purpose does not disappear with age, it simply changes shape. Over time, a supportive mindset becomes a powerful ally. It strengthens the ability to cope with physical changes, enhances enjoyment of daily life, and reinforces self-worth. By treating oneself with kindness, patience, and appreciation, older adults create an inner environment that supports health, dignity, and emotional balance throughout the aging process. Later years are not an ending, or a slow fading away, but a meaningful chapter that carries its own depth, value, and opportunity for fulfillment. Society often treats aging as something to endure rather than experience. Yet this stage of life offers a unique perspective shaped by decades of learning, resilience, and survival. When people stop measuring themselves by youth or productivity and begin valuing presence and awareness, life opens in quieter but richer ways. Each day becomes less about proving something and more about living with intention. Presence allows older adults to experience moments fully rather than rushing through them. Simple activities such as sitting in the sunlight, sharing a conversation, or enjoying a peaceful routine take on greater meaning when attention is fully engaged. Slowing down is not a loss, it is an invitation to notice details that were once overlooked. This awareness often brings a deeper sense of peace and appreciation, making daily life feel more complete and grounded. Purpose continues to exist even when roles and responsibilities change. Purpose may appear in the form of offering wisdom, listening to others, maintaining personal routines, or caring for one's own well-being. These acts may seem small from the outside, but they hold profound importance. They affirm that life still has direction and value. Choosing to care for the body and mind becomes a form of self-respect and an expression of gratitude for the years already lived. Compassion toward oneself becomes essential in this chapter. Physical limitations, losses, and changes are real, but they do not erase worth. Treating oneself with patience and kindness allows healing to occur emotionally, even when circumstances cannot be changed. This compassion extends outward as well, deepening empathy and understanding toward others. Relationships often become more sincere and meaningful when they are guided by acceptance rather than expectation. Growth does not stop with age, it simply becomes more internal. Emotional wisdom, acceptance, and clarity often increase when external pressures fade. Many people find that this stage of life allows them to let go of old fears, resentments, or comparisons. What remains is a clearer sense of self and a deeper connection to what truly matters. Viewing later years as a valuable chapter changes how life is lived. It encourages engagement rather than withdrawal and curiosity rather than resignation. Each day becomes an opportunity to choose care, presence, and purpose. In this way, aging becomes not a closing door, but a continuation of becoming, shaped by dignity, reflection, and the quiet strength that comes from a life fully lived. I'm 92, and I needed to tell you this before. Your later years are not the echo of your past. They are a chapter of their own. Write them with care. Write them with courage. And most of all, write them with love for your body, your mind, and the life that still wants you here.